Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jaya Jaya Jagannath Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सताभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन प्रतिष्ठाता आचार्य शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र से भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद भागवतम की जय। जय गौर प्रेमानंदी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद भागवतम Canto 4 Chapter 13 Text 34. We'll recite together the text and we'll read the translation and purport given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and we'll discuss on that actually. Tanstan kaman harirdadyad यान यान कामयते जनः आराधितो यथैवैष तथा पुंसां फलोदयः तां तान् कामान् हरिर्दद्यात् यान यान कामयते जनः आराधितो यतैवैष तथा पुंसं फलोदय तां तान् कामान् हरिर्दद्यात् यान् यान् कामयते जनः आराधितो यथैवैष तथा पुंसां फलोदय दद्यात् यान् यान् कामयते जन दो यतो वैश दयः अंतमान हरिर्दद्य आराधितो यथैवैष तथा पुंसां फलोदय. So, tan, those, kaman, desired objects, Hari, the Lord, Dadyat, will award, yan, whatsoever, kamayate, desires, Janah, the person, Aradita, being worshipped, Yatha, as, Eva, certainly, Esah, the Lord, Isha, the Lord, Tatha, similarly, Punsam, of men, Phala Udayaha, the result. Translation. The performer of the sacrifices under karma kanda activities achieves the fulfillment of the desire for which he worshipped the Lord. So please repeat. The performer of the sacrifices under karma kanda activities achieves the fulfillment of the desire for which he worshipped the Lord. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that he awards benedictions to the worshipper according to his desire. The Supreme Personality of Godhead gives all living entities conditioned within this material world full freedom to act in their own way. But to his devotee, he says that instead of working in that way, it is better to surrender unto him, for he will take charge of the devotee. That is the difference between a devotee and a fruitive actor. The fruitive actor enjoys only the fruits of his own activities, but a devotee, being under the guidance of the Supreme Lord, simply advances in devotional service to achieve the ultimate goal of life, to go back home, back to Godhead. The significant word in this verse is kaman, which means sense gratificatory desires. A devotee is devoid of all kaman. He is anyabhilasita sunya. A devotee is always devoid of all desires for sense gratification. His only aim is to satisfy or gratify the senses of the Lord. That is the difference between a karmi and a devotee. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam. So I'll I'll seek blessings from all of you, especially His Grace Anandmay Prabhu. I'm not qualified also to speak, but somehow by the mercy I have been given this opportunity for my own purification and sharing my learnings actually. So here we see that Sri Sri गौर निताय की जय, राधा मदन मोहन की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मई की जय। Storyline goes like this here, because on the request of Vidura, who is very very devoted and faithful to Maitre Rishi, to know about King Vena, who is the son of King Anga in the lineage of Dhruva Maharaj. So Maitre Rishi is explaining about how from the birth of Vena. So King Anga, he performed the Aswamedh Yagya actually, and in the Yagya has to be accepted, the ahuti. So normally demigods accept the ahutis, but somehow it was not happened. So King Anga inquired that why this thing is not happening. So inquired, what are my offenses that demigods are not accepting the yagya ahutis. So when he asked this to priests, so they suggested and when he asked about offenses, so they told that it's not that in this life you have done some offenses, in the past life your offenses are there. Because of that, that is the reason that he has not no son, and also demigods are not accepting. So they advise him to do Putreshti Yagya, that is the Kameshti Yagya, some for fulfilling desires. And they told that Supreme Personality of Godhead fulfills desires actually. And also when the Lord comes, demigods also come automatically to take part in the desires. So this is where the Prabhupada says that this is the karma kanda sacrifice is there, where one wants to fulfill some desires. So it is also there. So many kameshti yagya happens actually to fulfill, one to have fulfill proper desires, and some yagyas are also there to fulfill improper desires also, to destroy others also, or for safeguard, and also so many yagyas are there. Accordingly we can give the different names. So here it is there Putreshti Yagya actually. So all are come under the category of Kameshti Yagya. So the Karma Kand is there actually to fulfill the desires actually. This material world is we can call this a desire game happens in this material world. Everyone. But the problem is whose desire actually. Desire game means some desires binds us and some desires frees us actually. And desire game is also happening, and the principle is might is right principle, who has the power, he fulfills his desires and exploit others, and ignorance is there So which desires actually give the pleasure, and which desires give the sufferings actually. So there is a delusion and bewilderment is there in knowing the desires and how to act in this world, so that we should not get again bound up in this material world. So there's also Bhagavad Gita say Kavayahopi Atra Mohita, how to act. It's a very bewildering even to a learned persons also. And here because nobody knows one thing, that I'm good in this life, I have not done any bad to anyone, but why I'm suffering now? As if in this case of Anga also, he has past life sins. Because of that, he was not having the son, and also this yagya also not happening properly, because the priest told that they are also performing very purely, but why the demigods are not coming actually? So this is very the whole world is moving with the desire game actually, but and the desires may be proper or improper desires, and legitimate desire, illegitimate desires, pure desire, impure desires. These are different category of desires are there, which is having a different effect actually, binding effect or liberating effect actually, resulting in a karma bandhana and resulting in moksha, and some desires resulting in a prema also. So much confusion is there. So that is why she said that without knowing and understanding the transcendental nature of the Lord and our transcendental relationship with the Lord, Hari, that is Krishna, and just like as Prabhupada saying in this purport, and surrendering to him under proper guidance actually, it is very difficult to come out of this desire game actually, of the which is binding us, which by which we have conditioned here, and our conditioning is we have degraded to what extent also we don't know, just like what in the past life sins and these. So so there are because of the improper desire, illegitimate desire, impure desires, offensive mentality develops actually. And there are different levels, layers of these impurities there actually. So these all offensive mentality, we can see how it develops. That fruitive mentality develops, that is we just disregard or disrespect the Lord, and with that we want to fulfill our desires actually. Fruitive mentality comes up, I want to enjoy actually. This happens with disrespect, and then our faith, shraddhahin, we become faithless person actually. This fruitive mentality, once it comes, then our next level is our separatist mentality. We feel separate from Lord actually. This is the, and the incremental offenses also increases along with this mentality. And once the separatist mentality, further degradation happens, about doership mentality develops actually, doership mentality. And with this again, after the doership mentality, envious mentality develops actually, and and after envious mentality, rebellious mentality happens. So how it takes us down, because, and this is the, actually it says here, Prabhupada saying that misutilization of freedom awarded to us by the Lord actually, at not knowing our transcendental and subordinate relationship with Him, and to serve in that subordinate position, all this development takes place. It is nicely explained by Yamunacharya in his Stotratnam. He says that how our degradation happens and where we reach actually. Amaryada Kshudra Chalamatira Prasavabhu Kritagno Durmani Smara Paravaso Vanchana Para Nisansa Papishta Katamahamito Dukkha Jalade Apara Duttirna Stava Parichareyam Charanayo. He says how the development. This is all the development of this mentality happens. Amaryada. We lose the etiquettes, that is disobedient, disregard, disrespect. That Prutu mentality creeps in actually. And this Amaryada Kshudra, fall down begins actually. That is the separatist mentality happens. Amaryada Kshudra Chalamati. Then flickering our mind, that is doership mentality. Then and Chalamati Asuya, envious mentality, which is the generator of all bad quality. Asuya Prasavabhu, which develops all bad quality. Asuya Prasavabhu Kritagno. Then we become ungrateful. That is, we develop this rebellious mentality after that. Kritagno. Then this rebelliousness goes further down. Kritagno Durmani. Durmani means they want not only respect, demanding respect. Whereas Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Amanina Manadena, not to have expect respect but to give respect. But this rebellious mentality demands respect, Durmani. Smara Paravasa, then one becomes slave of senses. Vanchana Para, nothing, no, because one wants to cheat. Actually, cheating propensity comes. This rebellious goes further depth into more deeper level actually. Smara Paravasa, Vanchana Para, Nisansa. Then the next level comes about the cruelty in the rebellious mentality. And Nisansa, Papista. Then one doesn't feel to do any type of sins. He becomes the best among the papis, papista, and he prays that Kathamahamito Dukkha Jalade. How can I get out of this Dukkha Jalade, the ocean of suffering actually. Kathamahamito Dukkha Jalade. Apara is a very vast ocean of suffering. Apara Uttirna, how I come across over the Apara Uttirna. Stava Pari, that's why I'm just taking shelter of you. I'm taking shelter of you. That is the Saranagati principle. Without Saranagati principles to come out of this, all these layers of mentality which has been there. So one has to be very careful and cautious about to what extent the degradation happens. So this is the thing that's why King Anga inquiring, what offenses I did actually. So it has to be evaluated ongoing way actually. And also its remedies we have to see how to get there. And so this is the way actually, because only if we are in the karma kanda, so we will be actually increasing the diseases here, and increasing this mentality means fulfilling our desires only. So we will be creating more problems. Offenses are increasing. Our mentality is also going down and down actually. So there it actually, because we see that first is that ichha dvesa samuttena. First is desire and envy. That develops into raga dves, attachment actually. So when we fulfill our desire more and more, then attachment will be there to fulfill those desires at whatever cost it may be actually. So, but Lord is so merciful, He gives us how to come out of this ichha dves and raga dves actually. And so Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita also, in the process of rectification, so whatever we do, yat karosi yadasnasi yat juhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi konteya tat kurusva madarpanam actually. So whatever we do, whatever we eat, whatever we offer, we have to just yadasnasi yat juhosi yada tat kurusva. We have to arpan, we have to offer it to the Lord, and and that's why by that way, so also says subha subha phale revam moksha se karma bandhana sannyasa yoga yuktatma vimukto mamupeshyasi. Then we will get free from karma bandhan. As long as we fulfill our desire, even though by following the karma kanda principles, we will be more and more entangled here actually. That's why Traigunya Vishaya Vedo Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Krishna says we have to come out of the, because not only Vedas are giving mostly the four dharma, artha, kam, moksha, to fulfill our desire gradually and come up to the moksha platform and get free from this material world. But without knowing the purpose of Veda, so we get more and more entangled here actually. So that's why, and Krishna says about himself, and because why we should, the one thing is there, Krishna says, Ham sarvasya prabhu matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhav samanvita. So because I am sarvasya prabhu matta sarva bhoktaram yagyatapasam sarva loka maheswaram. So I am the actually enjoyer, actually I am the maheshwar, and I am the well-wisher actually. That is what we have to understand that. So not that by fulfilling our desires we are getting more entangled, but when we fulfill the desires of Krishna, who is Surdam Sarvabhutanam, he gives us happiness. Actually our happiness lies in the fulfilling the desires of Krishna. So, and why? Because samoham sarvabhutesu name dveshosti na priya ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite tesu apyam. Because he is not having envy actually, not keeping any name priya. So that is what this is there. His nature is surdam sarvabhutanam. That's why he says manmana bhavam bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyashi yukteva atmanam matparayana. So that is why we have to surrender to Krishna. So it is very difficult to get rid of this raga and dvesa actually. Krishna says ichha dvesa samuttena dvanda mohena bharata sarvabhutani sammoha sarge yanti parantapa. Very, once we get into the ichha dves trap actually, that is what the desire fulfilling game of this material world is there. So which get into the raga dves actually, developed into attachment and aversion. So so more and more we get entangled actually in this material world. So but by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and their followers, we have been given the opportunity actually to rectify this thick offensive mentality actually of different layers of, as we have seen, that fruitive mentality, separatist, doership mentality, envious mentality, rebellious mentality of different levels. We can get rid of this. So by chanting the holy name and hearing the message of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagvatam actually, and applying the message under proper guidance, just like you say, because we have to surrender to him, Krishna. He will take charge of the devotee. That is, and we have to, being under the guidance of Supreme Lord, because the fruitive mentality will not go so easily actually. It remains till end actually. We have seen the fruitive mentality of Chitraketu and others, how they have fallen even. So this desires fruitive. So first to get rid of this envious, rebellious nature, doership mentality, and to come up to and get rid of this separatist mentality, that we have relationship and we have subordinate relationship. So That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that we have to have, we should not do Maryada Ullangan, that is a Maryada, and that is Maryada Palana, Maryada Rakshana, and Maryada Sthapan. We may consider that now I am not doing Maryada Ullangan, but when we check very deeply, that it means as long as the envy is there, Maryada Ullangan is there. Because, and as long as the fruitive mentality is there, Maryada Ullangan is there. So that is why when we just see the Lord Krishna is speaking Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, in what level he is? In either of this category he is? Fruitive mentality, doership mentality, separatist mentality? No, he is not there. He is in the Maryada category actually. And our beginning of journey in this material world start with Amaryada, and it degrades further down and down. So first we have to come to the Maryada level actually. From there actually Lord Krishna is speaking Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna to establish Maryada, because he is in Maryada. He is, though Krishna says Shudram Hridaya Dorbalyam Tyakto Tishta Parantapa. This is not Shudram of the Amaryada. There is a degradation here also, which is an Amaryada category. And here you are not coming forward to establish Maryada, which I want you to do through you. That is the Maryada. In that category is Shudram Hridaya Dorbalyam. Klebyam Masmagama, where from this all these impurities have come. That impurity, because he is already humble, he knows actually everything. So that is only, is not acting, is not full. That also has been designed by Krishna. It's not that. Is little bit confused. We are not confused. We are bewildered. We are completely bewildered. Everything, whatever is there, Kshudram, Hridaya Dorbalyam, everything in Amaryada category is there actually. We are saying, Hridaya Dorbalyam means we have become the slave of the senses and all. Asat Trishna, all these things are there. Aparadha is there. Tattva Brahma is there. All this category has made us more entangled here actually. More deeply actually. So to come out of this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very mercifully has given us that so we can pray to the Lord, we can beg, we can in the begging mood and crying mood actually for the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers, so that we can come out of, just like Jagai, Madai, at whatever level one may be of in rebelliousness actually, we can, by the mercy only, we can come out of this. So that's why in the mood of and attitude of humility, simplicity, gratitude, and which makes us service attitude, we can come out by following Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Saisnuna, Amanina Manadena. So there's a change is required. Change of absorption is required. We are trying, because we are also learning, because our desires have this thinking, feeling, willing is there actually. Just by thinking we cannot change, and by thinking and willing also it won't happen. We have to have feelings actually, and feelings comes by grateful feelings, and with the gratitude only the feeling part can be generated actually. Otherwise, if there is no gratitude, ungrateful nature keep us in the envious mentality, which is the generate all bad qualities. So it's a must. Somehow, even if you are not having gratitude, we have to practice gratitude. So whatever in our life, so just like if the lobha is there, kama, krodha, lobha. Lobha is the generator of our kama actually. Gratitude is the generator of our prema actually. This is the basis of prema, and this is the what is called pivotal actually for prema. And this is also personalism, means without gratitude personalism won't develop, and otherwise by impersonal tendency we try to achieve so many things again, but we may not be knowing whether we are in the category of bhakti rasa getting, or some bhukti rasa is happening actually in our life. So there is a process given even in the karma kanda to how we have to move forward with sakama karma, that is sakam karma to niskam karma, and jnana, and then yoga and bhakti, everything is there, but it is very careful, and it has to go with the principle of yukta vairagya, which is very delicate process, where it sometimes it's very difficult to know whether I am fulfilling my desire or I am fulfilling the desire of my spiritual master or Krishna. Is very, very difficult. Somebody, some other person only can see. Yes. So that's why Bhagavad Gita that is their sloka. How to know so how to know that we are in the sthita pragya, that is in category kama mana swarupadam kriya. The other remaining slokas are there, so it explain how we have to be in happiness, distress, or mana, pamana, and all these things. We have to be equipoised actually. So this so very delicate process, that means, and we require mercy, and mercy comes, and for this only these 4 items only will keep us in the proper mood of receiving the mercy actually. And Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam. So always we have to be in the mood that this one way we can ask the question, have I become Kinkaram? No. So I am Patitam. That's all. This is the only way we can always keep ourselves in the humble position. If I become Kinkaram, means Kinkaram is not an ordinary position. Arjuna is Kinkaram, and through him Krishna wants to establish the Maryada. He is not in Amaryada category. He is in Maryada category, only he is not protecting the Maryada, because protecting the Maryada means fulfilling the order of Krishna and establishing what Krishna wants. Dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge. Krishna wants to establish dharma, and for which he wants Arjuna to, he is using Arjuna, and that is a different category is there. So we cannot easily assume that my problem is also like Arjuna's. No, we are in Amaryada category. Though whoever are there in this material world are an Amaryada category, but there are those who are coming and representing Krishna to in Maryada category, means non-envious category is there actually. Without non-envious category, and it's very difficult. Well, it is not possible to be come to the Maryada category. This is what some of the thoughts have come, and this is what the difference between a karmi and a devotee. So maybe like that we can compare with the jnani and devotee, yogi and devotee. We can see the things. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Please forgive me if I have spoken anything beyond my understanding or realization or whatever may be. So please forgive me. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
Prabhuji, very wonderfully you have explained about how a devotee should be. So it was very amazing class, Prabhuji. My question is, while we come here and still we have the tendencies, still we carry them. So is it like we should work upon them and work upon separately along with like samskaras? Should we uh, bring the samskaras again, whatever we have missed in our previous years? How it should be? Can you please enlighten?
Actually, some of the vasanas, sanskaras, we ourselves cannot get able to get rid of actually. We need mercy. That's the first thing is there. And for getting the mercy, our attitude has to be corrected. With that attitude, by pleasing spiritual master and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all, Prabhupada and all the Krishna, then because mercy comes in channel only. So with that, and because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's why this says, Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam. We have to see, I am fallen. That is the our internal way actually. Otherwise, we cannot come because we don't know to what extent we are inside actually. Sometimes something comes as if that we don't know where from it is coming. Which past lives sins which is coming out. In this life I am not doing any wrong. But what about the past life sins? We don't know. But when we surrender, that's why surrender also has the 6 levels, no? Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam rakshayishyati te visvaso goptrupte varnam tata. When we feel that I am so fallen and I need protection, I need, Krishna is the protector, Krishna is the maintainer. That is the feeling part actually. Anukulyasya or pratikulyasya is the thinking. Yes, I am practicing. But Krishna is the protector and Krishna is the maintainer. That is the feeling part. It gives. And with gratitude, whatever in condition I am in, Krishna is only maintaining, Krishna is only protecting. If any problems are there, it is only because for my improvement, for my rectification only. Then only the Atma Nikshepa Karpanyo can happen actually. Without this feeling of protection and maintenance, the next level of surrender cannot happen actually. Because there are different way of approaching to surrender also. Just like Prabhupada has started this movement not with the Karpanyo and Nikshepa. Because whatever favorable, whatever unfavorable has to do. Whereas Bhaktivinoda Thakur says Dainya, is start with Dainya only actually. Actually devotee has to focus on Dainya principles. That is better too, because we can improve faster actually. We see the Saranagati songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur start with the Dainya and all only. Easy way actually. And we need guidance, we need guidance. We have to open our heart to someone actually. That is also there, at least. Anyone else? Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai.